Okay, welcome you all for our final demo of our project, stock market stimulation. So it is basically a bidding web-based application implemented using Spring Boot Java and using ECA framework, actor modeling concept, and also the client side is implemented by Angular TypeScript. So you can see our repository. We have utilized GitLab. So these two projects are stock market front end and stock market back end. So these two projects we have separate components of architecture and model due to the efficiency and the friendly developing environment for our team members. So I have and our team members use IntelliJ IDE for the implementation purpose. So I would like to show the structure of our backend. So we have using the Maven project. Maven proper projects have been implemented, so you can see the life cycles and so on. So I would quickly move on. How can we start our backend server? While just a simple step is you can build and run the option using here, and once it is build and run, it will host it to the remote local. So I will show you the host here. You can see this HTTP localhost 8080. So using this, the connection is being enabled to the backend. So parallelly, we will be running our second project, means the client side. So hope using in Android Angular, we would like to start with the npm start command in order to host and start our browser. So it takes some times to compile. So I would like to go back to our backend Spring Boot ECA framework model implementation. So you can see here we have this ECA framework model architecturing actor-based concept. So we have introduced AI bot actors, bank actors, clock actors, and some more, which is the key main actors involved in our stock market bidding application. So while having this actor-based implementation, we also have introduced our test cases using ECA. So ECA test cases include all the actors we have been implemented during our project. So you can see the bank actor test, bot, broke actor test, so on. So also I would once again come on to this life cycle of the Maven project that we implement. Here you can see the clean, validate, compile. So these are some industrial flows that we have learned and we have implemented in our project. So let's see our client is still compiling. So once it compiles, we can move on, navigate to our client form. Yes. So I hope we are opening our web browser using Google Chrome. So I suggest the Google Chrome will be a better web browser application for Angular purpose project. So it's a known fact. So we encourage the players and the testers to go with Google Chrome. So yes, so you can see we have in this the home, I mean the welcome screen of our stock market game. So our group stock. So we're having the uh, common and the most friendly and sign up and sign in features for our users, players. So we will have in this the sign up form where we have in this registering of our users to our database, and specifically we had to mention that our database is AWS server. So yes, and using this registering, we will be able to log on to our database and having the authorization access. So due to the time constraint, I will just I have already registered myself, so I will move into the sign in with Google. So this is something an extra and an additional high-based security we have been introduced is like we will be going through the Google authentication facilities in order to get a more security two-way communication in our application. So uh, yes, we're still loading. So if I say like the Google authentications, like we will be having these Google Gmail uh, user person's details in here. So once we have that, we will be checking along with our database whether the validation is could be checked and whether the user is exist in our database. So while proving those two conditions, our users will be log on to our application. So that is the basic. So you can see my access is granted over here. So you can see the help text over here. We have some basic help text for the rules and regulations and the steps to follow in order to how to play the game. And the most important thing is the fee calculations, stimulated data that we have been used in our web-based application. So we can move back to our dashboard. So you can see this is the navigator pane. So we will be using a better resolutions purpose for uh, all the tablets and mobiles and even any resolution size purpose. So if we add, I have to explain this about the dashboard. So we have in these four tiles with the four sectors. So these are the major four sectors we have been identified is financial, manufacturing, marketing, and industrial. So these are the four sectors where each and every companies will be categorized under each of them. So you can see the facts and figures of these, their total amount according to their shares and their number of shares in hand of industry of the specific sectors. So we have in the chart advanced charts. So these charts are showing the values of the quantities in hand and how the market price vary among these using this radar chart and scatter chart. So you can see how the values have been varying in the market simulated data that we have used in our algorithm. So yes, so this is something the overview page of our use players, how they play the share market in the day-to-day life. So I will move to this by skipping these two, I will move to this account details. So this is once again another chart detail about the bank account details of the user, the player. So these are the two inputs that we have to give uh, for the user. So once we give the users data, they will generate chart in order to uh, display for the users purpose. And you can see the current balance of the user. So we having a current balance of this amount. So uh, we having fresh database value. So once we play the game, so I will be demonstrating the balance deviations while going with the game. So apart from this account detail, we have in this company details. So what is this? Is about like I told you earlier that we having four sectors. So in that case, when it's come to these four sectors, we are having this companies finance. So once I click this, you can see we are having some stimulated data of three companies belong to finance. So also we have in this hospitality, education, and manufacturing. So these uh, sectors of companies will be flow under the sector base. So we can the player, the user, or the informative person can be view the company details in a quick access using these options. So the next thing is this user. This is where we give the player or the user the able to modify his data. So for an example, I would like to change my date of birth. Yes. So and change the contact number. So and if we change these things, you can see we are having this. validations where the numbers should be 10 and where the NI is your Sri Lankan. So we having this 10 digits and or 9 digits plus a character. So those type of validations have been included here. And these two user ID and emails are the basic two primary keys we be using. So we don't need to change these two. So once I click the modify, you see they cannot modify the user profile. This is a toggle informative message that's coming for us because the admin person is not able to modify his data. So these type of validations have been introduced in our application. So once with the user, we are having the player bot as well. I will like to move on to this later. So I will be going to the second navigator pane option. This is the create group uh, option. So this is simply the key. I would say the heart of the uh, our stock market web-based application game because this is the place where an individual is able to host their uh, game and they are waiting for some other players to start up their real-time multiplayer scenario. So here, for an example, I would like to create a group called Stock Demo. So I would like to have the criteria of two players. So I think one of my teammates, Subhash, will be here with the other end to join with me to play the game. So I would like to create the group, and you can see here we having the group successfully created. So once this is successfully created, you are going, the next option is the join group. So I mentioned that the first step is create group. So this create group says like we are the individual is going to host the game, and the join group is the option where the player is able to join the game. So the group I created is Start Demo. So the admin is you can see the create name here is the admin. So once I click the join me option, so you can see this is the lobby of our game. So you can see the group creator is Praveen Kant admin, and this is the we have using the pipeline. So in this lobby is having the concurrent execution of pipeline system where we will be calling the database, and through the pipeline we will be having all the individual users who are joining to our lobby. So I would like to invite Subhash to join the game. So once he join, we can start the game, and I think he joined right now. So also one point is we having an assumption of here only the creator of the uh, group is able to start the game. So this is the start game option is enabled to me. So once I start the game, so this is the uh, our game board, simply to say. So this game board is we have initially designed with four base components, means we have in the market variation where you can see the timing is going with the real. We have stimulated this to the real market share market table where we having the companies, we are having the prices and the number of shares, the company names, and the IDs. And this component is totally based on the concurrent actor model synchronization, where it changes the market price uh, according to the requirement we had. The market price will be changing per rounds. So simply say we are having 5 rounds, and each round carries about 2 minutes of time. So you can see this account balance over here. So this is the account balance I'm taking in as a new player to the stock market bidding application. So yes, so let's play. Let's start up with the bidding one. I think the next day Subhash also will be playing in his hand. So I would select. So in the combo box, it will be fetching the available companies for me. So I will see the companies. For an example, I will search this market where there is an average market price of 42. So I will having the quantity of 975. So I will select Kangra uh, company where they're having a 983 number of shares and 41. So I will be buying as the first uh, step as buy quantity. So you can see we are giving informative message for the user that profile is successfully done and the data is stored. So you can see the value is reduced of Kangra, and if you go into this client portfolio, you can see the values. And yes, I think hopefully we are moving to the second round. So the second round is started. So once the second round is started, you can see the account balance is reduced. This is due to the price of 5 and the quantity that according to the price. So once we will be moving to buy another company share where we can take 10. So yes, so you can see again the account balance is reducing, and also the number of shares of the particular company is also reduced. And you can see the market price. If you notice between the first round and second round, we are having a variation of market price. So this market price is based on market boom events and trade-off values which we implemented in our algorithm. So and also and show this portfolio, we can see the two company shares that I am holding. So this is the client portfolio we are maintaining. So this port having the return in hand because he didn't do any sales right now, but he having only the total investment he made for a particular shares. So once he made a sale, or I will show in next upcoming rounds, so he can have a return in hand in that base. So next thing is the company analysis. So we are giving a view for the uh, user to see his company analysis ways. So I think we don't still have the data for that. So once we having this company analysis share price, we will having a chart. So we will demonstrate in the next rounds with that. And let's come to the statistic. We are having a calculate facility for the user. So this is where the user can have a dummy inputs and have a knowledge about what is the net return on stock investment he will be getting if we have this sort of value. So I will be demonstrating this flow in a minute because our round is going to end. So yes, in third round I will be showing the calculator flow with you. So if you see the calculator flow, like we having a buy date and also we are having a sell date. So if you have a purchase price per share is 10, and if you buy 100 quantities, 1000 quantities and commission 10, sold price 20, sold commission 10. So if you calculate, you will be getting a calculation of like we are having the total 10 into this and we are adding the 10 and we are selling the 20 with the quantity of this 1000 quantity. So we are having a profit of 9,980. So this is the formula that we'll be implementing for the total investment and the return in hand for the player for the per round. So yes, so we will be reset this and we will be moving to the other options. So before moving to the other watch sectors and other things, we will be showing these sell options as well. So before selling, a user can be viewing the portfolio, how much shares he have in hand. So he have 5 quantities in Kankra company. So in order to sell, so I will show another validation. So I have insert 10. So in this case, if you sell this, the prices will be increased for this company. So the next validation I will be showing is, so he will be reducing this 10. So then he will have a return in hand for the market latest price. So he having an 80 rupee profit in hand by comparison of this. So this is the profit he is getting by selling this company shares in the right time. So if you see this quantity 5, so in this case when I going to sell this company of 10, then we will be having an error that cell quantity is invalid. Please check with your user portfolio. So this is something a condition we have used. The user cannot exist more than the quantity or thing he is asking for. So uh, this is the validation that we have been implemented in it. So continuation of these implementations and validations I would show with the watch list sector. So this watch list sector is simply introduced with industrial ideas and knowledge. So this sector shows the all the sector. So all the sectors we have been introduced in our uh, game. So this financial, if you click this financial, it will filter the financial things of the data, financial data of our game. So you can see these financial, there are three companies, Brandix, IT Zone, and so on. So also we have in the advanced filtering things. For example, if I type C10, you can see this IT zone and the filterization is happen in this format. So these are the things of that, and the next thing is this portfolio of company shares. So this will be having the company shares of everything, of their quantities, and every portfolio for a particular company details have been visible for the player over here. And the next thing is the system generates the top 10 gainers. So these top 10 gainers are the companies that they perform their market value shares variation in a more advanced way. So we have made a good algorithm perspective to find out the gained of the highest uh, gainers over here, and you can see the gained of the current price and the original price of the bringing to the market. So these are the companies, top companies. And also we are having the top losers, like the companies which they have got into the market with a price and now they're having a less price. So these type of also advanced features have been we used in our game. So now I think we are moving to our next rounds. Fifth round is going on. So one step with the top losers. Now we having the top share value. So this is simply like for the number of shares, the quantity. So the highest value-based companies right now in the market is the portfolio where we have in this format. So we are having this advanced uh, grid view using good responsive way. The users can be easily uh, choose his options over this watch list. So this is and the board definition. So and also we have been using these uh, logics, the market boom, where the prices you can see now it's totally different prices. So these price variations will be happening for each and every round. So and we having and once again I will show this user portfolio. If you see this user portfolio, we will be having these two and the companies of 790. So I will be doing another sell options in Kangra company. I will be selling all the shares that I am having with Kangra company. So once I click and see, you see the quantity is zero. So I'm having the market price is increased than the market price I brought into my board. So in that case, again, I'm having an 60 rupee in return when the total investment I made. So this you can see I'm having uh, the balance I brought into my game is 10,000. Now I am having a balance of 10,140. So this simply says that I am taking back something to my pockets with a good amount. So this is the overall major plan and game bidding, which can gives the user of the bid market how shares are varies and how the things are happen. So this is the overall game of our stock market bidding stimulation of stock introduced to the market with the intention of for the bidders who are able to do some game-based knowledge gathering in their uh, industries or they are market based. So this overview game summary board gives the details of the player. So here you can see we myself is joined with Subhash. So he's having the second place, so I'm having the first place because told you a bit earlier. So I brought 10,000 into my game, so I'm earned a 140 of profit. So this is the price, and the second place is says that he might bring some amount and he reduced with an amount of 2,334. So this is the uh, uh, scenario of Subhash playing mode in the stock market. So these knowledge-based ideas will be uh, taken into considered for the winning first place and second place. So this can be go on for so we have implemented our game with an maximum player count as much as, because we are having a, synchronized instance based application. So it means like we having multiple instances, so we can go on ahead. So this is the overall summary. So once I close this, and I would mention earlier, I will show about this player bot. So I would give an overall quick idea. So this player bot is simply like if I see the architecturing of this artificial player thing is this bot will be instantiating for each user who are trying to play with that. So it simply means like you can see this current balance. So 10,140, this is the current balance of I played the previous game. So now I'm taking forward this balance. So this is what the bank balance I'm having it. So we are having maintaining separate database models for maintaining such data. So the bot will be generating his own systematic way of buying and selling the shares in algorithmic functions and rules that we have implemented for the bot. So specifically, the bot is will be available for uh, any player who is needed to uh, play with the bot. So is still the bot is also then again multiple multiplayer enabling option bot. So I would say the same scenario what I have played with Subhash will be I'm playing with a bot in this game. So I would show just one to two rounds that how I played with bot. So you can see this client portfolio. I'm carrying forward the return in hand and the previous my total portfolio. So you can see I'm having zero quantity. So what I can do is I can buy some new company shares to my board. So once I brought this, you can see my quantities are drastically reduced, because I'm taking a quantity of 40 in brandy where the price is 95. So this is a high price company shares in the current market according to our algorithmic of market boom. Yes. So now I'm moving to the second round. So this is will be continuing for same as for the fifth round. So finally, I'm having the same summary board what I got back with Subhash. So then simply is bot is introduced in a prologue methods of rules and some sort of premature conditions we have introduced right now. So in upcoming days, we can have some advanced based of bots as well. So yes, so this is the overall idea of the stock market stimulation game. So having these ideas, I will be moving to the lobby, logging out from the game. So here you see we have come up to the login. So uh, I would like to show up a sign up procedure as well from here. So I will be moving to another page so I can show you how the sign up is done. So I will be taking this email. So please be make sure that we need an valid email account over here. So this can be test player. So I'm giving the date of birth, and this NIC is a national identification number. So this is something relevant to the country based validation. So this is we used as a unique key in our database. So we will having a key of this, and we having a contact number. Yes, and we having an address. So yes, so once I click the register, you can see the user is successfully saved. So once this is happened, when I click this sign in with Google, so now I'm moving to the authentication of the Gmail a standard way we are using. So here you can see the email I gave. Here is the one. So I press next. So I can cache the passwords. So yes. So now I will be moving to the dashboard. So this is I came up with this to show the user sign up process, how it happens in our game. So you can see the once again we are with the dashboards, and you can see parallelly also I can join with this here over here. So this is to show you like how the uh, our game scenarios happen. So I can show you this, create another group, start demo. So we have player 2, create group, just go and join the group. So in here, you can, the next player, you can see he's visible with the start demo. So once you click that, you can see the text player and that. So likewise, this is the scenario what I have been played with Subhash as well uh, a while ago. So this is, yes. So this is the overall game scenario of our uh, stock market stimulation game. So having this a brief video for the clear picture of what we have implemented and what's with going on. So I would like to have some another key points to mention with this. Like we would like to be a clear picture that, as I mentioned earlier, this Google Chrome is will be one of the most compatible web browsers to use with this Angular base. So that's one thing. And next thing is like uh, we have been the steps if we want to run in the more remote, we have been introduced how can we run using this IntelliJ project. So this is for the time being we are having this in remote base, but also we have hosted our application, the web-based application in connection base of anywhere anyone can play concept. So yes, so having this all these key points and features. I would like to thank for the listeners who are listening with me, and also I thank for my whole team, Stark, for helping me with this project for nearly 1 month with so many obstacles. So yes, so we hope we have done the best. We learn, and the new features we learned is ACA framework modeling actor. So this is something new for all thing, and we have did the best using the test cases and the actor modeling concepts and so on. So just this code base, we proved that we done the best in actor model and everything. So yes, so this is what we need to uh, give. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.